In the shadows of public scrutiny and beyond the reach of typical news headlines, discussions about a New World Order, NWO, persist, captivating the imagination and skepticism of many. This narrative, often shrouded in mystery and draped in controversy, proposes the existence of a powerful group steering the course of global affairs. Today, we explore this enigma, unraveling the tapestry of history, beliefs, and supposed evidence that constructs the New World Order theory. The concept of a New World Order isn't a product of the modern age, but has roots deeply embedded in the historical progression of political thought and societal control. The term itself first gained prominence in the 20th century, used to describe a new period of history, characterized by a dramatic shift in world political thought and power structures. This idea has been associated with the notion of global governance, sometimes linked to major international organizations and their efforts to promote international cooperation. As the world witnessed the rise and fall of empires and the establishment of international bodies, the theory adapted and evolved. Initially, it might have focused on the aftermath of global conflicts and the desire for a peaceful coexistence, but as technological advancements made global communication and surveillance possible, the theory took on a more sinister tone. It suggested not just cooperation among nations, but a covert operation to centralize authority and control the population. Throughout its evolution, the New World Order has been portrayed differently across various media platforms. In books, films, and online forums, it's depicted as either a malevolent force lurking in the shadows or a necessary version of global governance. Each portrayal feeds into the public's understanding and misunderstanding of the term, contributing to its mythic status. Who are these shadowy figures purportedly pulling the strings of global governance? The New World Order is often visualized as a group composed of elite individuals, influential beyond the average person's reach or comprehension. These leaders are characterized by their significant control over global financial institutions, multinational corporations, and international policy agendas. Their influence is described as vast, extending into various sectors such as technology, finance, and politics, sectors that can sway the direction of entire economies and influence national policies. The power of these leaders is often said to be consolidated through their connections and influence in major global institutions. Think of the large-scale summits where world leaders and business magnates gather. While these meetings are publicly aimed at addressing global challenges like economic stability, climate change, and peacekeeping, some theorists argue they also serve as a platform for these leaders to conspire and coordinate their control over global affairs. Despite the lack of concrete evidence to pinpoint individuals or their secretive meetings, the theory thrives, fueled by the real complexities of global governance. The very essence of these claims lies not in the outright visibility of such leaders, but in the supposed subtlety of their influence, a narrative that makes the New World Order both compelling and critiqued in the realm of public discourse. In weaving the historical context with the ambiguous profiles of its leaders, the discussion of the New World Order sets the stage for a deeper exploration into its alleged evidence and operations. This narrative, rich with intrigue and speculation, challenges viewers to question the very nature of power and control in our interconnected world. As we delve deeper into the narrative of the New World Order, the discussion often pivots to the purported evidence that theorists cite in support of its existence. Central to this argument are the public statements made by influential figures, phrases and speeches that, when viewed through a certain lens, seem to hint at deeper, more orchestrated plans for global governance. These statements, often vague and open to interpretation, provide fertile ground for theorists to sow the seeds of suspicion and connect disparate events under the umbrella of a unified agenda. Moreover, significant policy shifts on a global scale serve as another cornerstone of alleged evidence. From the rapid implementation of international trade agreements to sudden shifts in environmental policies, each decision made at the global level is scrutinized and often presented as a piece of the larger puzzle. These policies, affecting millions, sometimes align suspiciously well with the economic benefits of a select few, further fueling the narrative of centralized control and manipulation. While it is crucial to approach these claims with a healthy dose of skepticism, the intrigue lies not in the verifiability of each piece of evidence, but in the overarching pattern that many believe they reveal. The real challenge is discerning between coincidence and causation, a task that requires not only critical thinking, but an open-minded examination of the facts presented. Understanding the alleged operations and goals of the New World Order is essential to grasping the full scope of the theory. Theorists argue that the group's ultimate aim is nothing less than total global domination, encompassing control over the world's economies, natural resources, and even the very thoughts and behaviors of people through media and technology. This control is supposedly exercised through a variety of methods, each designed to increase dependency on centralized systems and decrease individual autonomy. One of the primary methods discussed is the manipulation of the financial system. By controlling the flow of money through central banks and major financial institutions, the supposed leaders of the NWO can create economic conditions favorable to their goals. This might include influencing inflation rates, manipulating stock markets, or dictating the economic policies of sovereign nations. Another significant method is through technological surveillance and data control. In an era where information is power, controlling how information is gathered, stored, and shared becomes a potent tool. The rise of social media and smart technologies has only increased the capacity for surveillance, leading many to speculate about the extent to which this power could be abused. The strategy of creating and managing global crises is often cited as a way for the NWO to implement rapid changes that would otherwise be unacceptable. These crises, ranging from financial meltdowns to environmental disasters, allegedly provide the perfect opportunity for the implementation of solutions that align with the NWO's goals, often at the expense of public freedoms and rights. As the theory of the New World Order weaves through the fabric of public discourse, it naturally divides opinion. On one side, believers see the interconnected dots of events and policies as clear indicators of an orchestrated plan of global control. They point to the consistent themes in policy changes and economic upheavals as evidence that cannot be merely coincidental. On the other hand, skeptics dismiss these connections as the human tendency to find patterns where none exist, attributing the cited evidence to normal geopolitical and economic activities that are publicly driven and independently decided. This division in perception not only fuels ongoing debate, but also impacts how individuals trust and engage with media, governments, and international bodies. For believers, each new piece of evidence reinforces the narrative of deceit and manipulation, often leading to a deep-seated distrust in mainstream information sources. Skeptics, meanwhile, advocate for a more rational approach to such theories, emphasizing the need for concrete evidence and logical reasoning before accepting such profound claims. The impact of this divide is significant, shaping public attitudes towards major global events and policies. It affects electoral decisions, public policies, and even international relationships. By understanding the depth of public perception on this issue, we gain insights into how conspiracy theories can influence broader societal dynamics, potentially leading to polarization and social fragmentation. In recent years, events and developments that have long been predicted by NWO theorists seem to have taken shape, causing a surge in discussions around the theory's validity. From increased surveillance measures globally to the sudden alignment of nations on environmental and health issues, these events are presented as the NWO coming out of hiding. Such developments are interpreted by believers as the final pieces of the puzzle falling into place, revealing the true extent of the New World Order's influence and operations. Analyzing these developments requires a balanced approach. While it's tempting to view every global policy shift or international agreement through the lens of NWO theory, it is also crucial to consider simpler, more benign explanations. Geopolitical strategy, economic necessity, and scientific advancement often dictate global actions, which, while impactful, are not necessarily indicative of a sinister, unified agenda. Nevertheless, the notion that recent global events might represent a shift towards more open discussions about global governance is worth exploring. These discussions can provide valuable lessons on transparency, governance, and the importance of maintaining public trust in an increasingly interconnected world. As we continue to witness changes in global dynamics, the dialogue around the New World Order theory offers a unique lens through which to view these transformations, urging a cautious yet open-minded approach to understanding the complexities of global governance. In the area of debate over the New World Order, the contrasting views between believers and skeptics not only define public discourse, but also highlight the importance of critical thinking. Believers often accuse skeptics of naivety, suggesting they are blind to the connections that, to them, seem overt and undeniable. Skeptics, conversely, caution against the pitfalls of confirmation bias, where one tends to favor information that confirms previously existing beliefs while disregarding contradictions. This divergence in thought emphasizes the necessity for a critical approach when considering theories like the NWO. It invites individuals to question the reliability and sources of the information they receive, to differentiate between conjecture and fact, and to weigh the evidence before forming conclusions. This process is crucial in a digital age where information, accurate or not, spreads faster than ever, influencing public opinion and potentially leading to significant societal consequences. Encouraging a culture of critical inquiry can help mitigate the spread of misinformation and foster a more informed public. By promoting discussions that prioritize facts and logical reasoning, we can create a societal framework that values and upholds the integrity of information. This not only aids in demystifying conspiracy theories, but also enhances public engagement with complex global issues. Media plays a pivotal role in shaping public perception of the New World Order. Whether through films, books, or online platforms, the portrayal of the NWO varies widely, influencing how people perceive and interact with the theory. Some media outlets present the concept as a sinister plot worthy of vigilant attention, while others dismiss it as a fantastical narrative with little basis in reality. The responsibility of the media, therefore, becomes significant in guiding public understanding. Accurate reporting and balanced coverage are essential in helping the public navigate the complexities of NWO theories without falling into the traps of fear or dismissal. This involves a careful presentation of both sides of the argument, providing context for the claims made, and highlighting the spectrum of interpretations that exist. The rise of social media has democratized information dissemination, allowing anyone to voice their perspective on the NWO. While this inclusivity enriches the discussion, it also presents challenges in verifying the credibility of information. Media literacy, educating the public to critically evaluate sources and understand the motives behind the information presented, becomes crucial in this context. By examining the role of the media, we recognize its power in not only informing, but also in potentially misinforming the public. As we navigate through the vast sea of content available on the New World Order, the need for discernment and critical evaluation is more important than ever, ensuring that public perception is shaped by informed, thoughtful, and credible information. The global response to these theories varies significantly. In some regions, such theories are largely dismissed as fringe beliefs, having little impact on mainstream politics or public opinion. In others, however, the NWO concept has taken a more substantial foothold, influencing political movements and even policymaking. This disparity in acceptance and reaction reflects the broader diversity of cultural, political, and historical contexts across the world. Countries with high levels of political transparency and strong democratic institutions often see lower levels of adherence to conspiracy theories, including those surrounding the NHC. Here, the public's ability to access and scrutinize government actions directly counteracts narratives of hidden global control. Conversely, in regions where distrust in governmental and media institutions is higher, such theories can find a more receptive audience. This pattern underscores the relationship between institutional trust and the prevalence of conspiracy. Blackgrass. The global response also highlights the role of education in shaping public understanding of conspiracy theories. Educational systems that emphasize critical thinking and media literacy help cultivate a populace that can critically evaluate sensational claims and differentiate between credible information and conspiracy theories. This educational approach acts as a buffer, reducing the susceptibility of individuals to the allure of seemingly explanatory but unfounded narratives. Looking ahead, the way forward involves fostering open dialogue and greater transparency in how global events and policies are reported and implemented. Engaging in constructive conversations about the NWO and similar theories can help demystify their claims and reduce the polarization that often accompanies such discussions. By promoting transparency in governmental and institutional actions, societies can reduce the breeding ground for conspiracy theories that thrive on secrecy and suspicion. Such dialogue should not be limited to debunking or dismissing conspiracy theories outright, but should also address the underlying concerns that give rise to them. Issues such as governance, privacy, and the influence of elite groups on global policies are legitimate and require open discussion. Addressing these concerns transparently can help alleviate the fears that often fuel conspiracy narratives. In our journey through the complexities of the New World Order narrative, we've explored its historical roots, the ambiguous nature of its alleged leaders, and the wide array of evidence and operations attributed to it. We've delved into the public perception and the powerful role of media in shaping our understanding of such global narratives. But we've emphasized the critical role of individuals and communities in fostering a well-informed public, equipped to navigate these intricate discussions. Understanding the New World Order theory is more than an exercise in curiosity. It's a call to action for critical engagement and informed dialogue. By equipping ourselves with knowledge, nurturing our critical thinking abilities, and engaging respectfully with others, we can contribute to a more informed and less polarized society. Remember, the strength of a society lies in the informed engagement of its members. By choosing to be informed and active participants in our global narrative, we can help ensure that our collective future is shaped not by unfounded fears, but by reasoned understanding and robust dialogue. Together, let's commit to a future where knowledge and transparency lead the way to a more understanding and cohesive world.